All right, folks, welcome back. I appreciate you stopping by and catching us live. I just finished a fabulous interview with the amazing, the ecclesiastical talented Dole Bueller. So be sure you go back and catch that live interview as well. Right now, this is a double header day, back to back interviews. My guest is Roderick Lance. And if you'll take a look up in the upper right hand corner, that's his logo. UW stands for Utility Warehouse. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer of sorts here. Utility Warehouse is a business not available in the US. However, Utility Warehouse is a powerhouse all over the UK. Now, again, I don't mean to insult anyone, but for a lot of people who may not know, the UK covers Scotland and Wales. So this is a major powerhouse company. And Roderick is going to talk about why UW is such a powerhouse. So, Roderick, thank you. I appreciate you agreeing to be on the show.
Thank you very much, Lady BJ, and it's a delight to be here talking to an international audience. Whoa, have I got goosebumps?
Yeah,
My first ever.
goosebumps. There you go. Okay, Roderick, let's talk about UW. Inflation. Inflation is affecting all of us, but the cost of the utilities in the UK is astronomical. So talk about that, if you would, for a moment, please.
Well, you're absolutely right. Yep. Utilities has been going up for the last couple of years, sort of almost sort of undeterred. The government then brought in a price cap that has operated and is still operating. There's a new one was set, but it was originally going to be for the next 2 years. However, due to one thing and another, it's now going to end this coming April, so next April. Now, here's the frightening thing. I mean, we're paying enough as it is, and people have seen a threefold rise in their utility bills. The reckoning is, one of the forecasts is that it might go up another 76%. When the
Unbelievable.
that is truly, truly frightening, and people are naturally going to be worried about how they pay their bills. Yeah.
Now, one of your co-workers, I'm going to give a shout out. Hi, Ian Price, Ian Reed. I mean, he also works for UW, and and one of the things that the three of us have talked about and shared is the fact that it's a serious issue where you folks in the UK, especially the elderly, now have to focus on whether to eat or heat. You know,
that was a serious worry for a time. Yeah, and then the cap was brought in, but it might well be the case again next April because, of course, this. On top of that, we've got the rising cost of living.
Yep.
A forecast I read a couple of days back was that okay, it's about 10% or something like that at the moment, but it's likely to be in the region of 11%. Now, so people really, really are having to think about how they can save money, how they can add to their existing income, and the first line of defense is what can I save? Some people are having to say, well, what is unnecessary to spend my money on? Should I really go on a holiday? Should I go to the cinema? Should I do this, that, and the other thing? Sort of rather than get the luxury items from Waitrose, maybe go down to a cheaper supermarket and find something that does. But I don't really want to, sort of sacrifice your quality, but that is a fact for some people.
it is.
Yeah.
And again, if the price cap comes off in April, it's going to be even more of a concern. And it's not just affecting the poor income, the low income. It's affecting everybody, regardless of wealth, because it's impacting the whole nation.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
so okay, so let's talk about UW and why is it a powerhouse? What is it that UW is offering and doing for the consumer that some of the other companies who, some, by the way, have gone out of business, um,
Hmm.
that that is doing that's attracting clients? So what is it that UW stands out at?
The whole ethos of UW was set up um, over 20 years ago now, to basically give customers a fair deal, to help customers. I mean, um, to put customers first. And so we're lucky that we can achieve that various ways, because the company doesn't rely purely on energy. It also supplies broadband, it has mobiles, and it has some insurance as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got it, if you like, it's got the eggs in more than one basket. But by bundling things together, you can then offer customers a better deal. You can say, look, you don't have to take all of the services we offer, but the more you take, the more we can offer you a saving. Um, and we are, because of the way the company was set up and because of the deals it originally did right at the beginning with the energy manufacturer suppliers, um, we can genuinely offer the best deal in the UK below the cap, a maximum of 5% below the government cap on energy alone. But then there's other savings. I mean, also the cashback card, people can buy their ordinary shopping. You've got to go and buy your food. So why not use a cashback card, get a percentage back? That comes off your utilities bill, making it even cheaper. I mean, myself and my wife, we use it non-stop. We just use that and nothing else.
Well, and someone mentioned in our connections, someone mentioned that by using just that cashback card, they're saving $40 a month.
Yep. Yeah. A good friend of both you and I, who we know, yep. He at one stage claimed that he didn't actually need to pay his utilities bill because it was covered by his expenses. I'm guessing that must have been a Christmas expense.
Well, I'm sure, but at the same time, that's brilliant. I mean, when you can combine your internet, your cell phone, and your utility cost all in one bill, and you guys do all of that. You take care of setting it up and getting it sorted out and straightened out. Correct?
Absolutely. It's so simple. You just come to us. The company deals with all the switchover for you. Um, and of course, that's the other beauty. A lot of people uh, like to sign up because of the simplicity. Everything's on one bill. I mean, you just get one bill every month, and that's it. It's all itemized, instead of half a dozen bills from different suppliers or different companies.
And UW is an award winning on their customer service, and I am
Mhm.
all about companies that have superb customer service. So that's impressive. I mean, the majority of the users of UW um, thought enough of customer service that it earned you an award. Excuse me.
Yep, and we keep on winning
Consecutive
awards.
years, right?
Yes,
Consecutive years.
yes, yeah, we do. And that's the beauty of us. I mean, if you phone up maybe one of the much larger companies, for instance, you won't necessarily talk with somebody who can immediately deal with your problem. The beauty with UW is that we, the partners, we are the first line. So if you've got a good relationship with your customer, they're bound to phone you up first, like myself.
Correct.
And, um, you know, I've still got the customer service of the company, but very often, first line, call the person who signed you up, and they can 9 times out of 10 probably deal with the problem. It depends what it is, obviously, but and then we can maybe connect to the company or they can directly and sort things out. It's quite nice. I mean, I have had to do that a couple of times with my customers, and it's actually rather nice. Um, give you a little example. It was a silly example, but a lady phoned me up. She was really worried. She'd got teenage daughters and her internet had completely failed her. And so I phoned up the company and I said, no, she's got internet all right. So I thought, I better go to the house and see what the problem is. And so I went there and I said, well, according to UW, your internet is fine. Let me have a look at your router. Well, it's not plugged in. What do you mean it's not plugged in? One of her kids had come bounding down the stairs, kicked the router, which was at the bottom of the stairs, and knocked the plug out.
Oh dear.
So I went to see her, fixed it, put it in, actually advised her to put it in a different place. And yeah, I got a cup of tea and a biscuit out of that. That's rather nice, wasn't it?
Well, it is. Those are the kind of payoffs that are well worth the effort, right?
Absolutely.
I hope it was a chocolate chip biscuit.
Well, it's just that, if we can help, we do, and little things like that make all the difference.
It does. And again, customer service in today's business world, um, I cannot talk enough about how important your customer service is, your training of your staff, your training of your employees to understand the ethos behind what your business is serving and doing. Um, there's too many businesses out there who are not focusing on the importance of customer service. Without those customers, you wouldn't be in business. So you better start serving them in a proper manner. Um, okay, so let's talk about. We talked about the bundle thing that you provide. We talked about the cash back. We talked about how you guys are award winning. Let's talk about the charitable side of UW because I think that's highly impressive as well. So give me some inside information on that.
Well, yes, every year the company itself supports a charity. And for instance, last year it was ocean, protecting the oceans. It's wildlife this year. But on top of that, and and the company, anything that we collect, they match. It's
Ooh.
been Macmillan cancer in the past, but more than that, um, many of the UW partners have also set up charities, sort of with the help of UW. There's a case in point where we've got somebody. I'm trying to remember their name, but it's gone out of my head just for a second or two. They're supporting building of a school and helping a village in India, for instance. So it's not just UK charities, it can be worldwide. Obviously, on the UK basis, there's another couple of partners who set up and provide essential items to children in emergency care. Um, and there's a lady she likes walking. And she's done some epic coastal walks, again helping charity, in fact, she raised 4,760, I think, on the last walk,
Wow.
doing another one. But that was matched, and so it doubled up to 9,520. That's, I think she's done a fantastic job,
That
really.
is impressive, highly impressive, just for walking. Um,
Just
but that is something that I do strongly admire as an American citizen. I do strongly admire not just within UK, but how involved a lot of small businesses are over there in their community in charitable events. Um, Roderick and I are belong to a couple of networking groups, and they're constantly putting on certain programs or certain events to raise charity money. Uh, and it's not just a one time a year. It's evolving like every quarter or every 3 months, or they've always got something going on. I applaud that because that shows how involved and invested small business is in their local villages and their local towns over in the UK. Um, so,
well, even on a smaller scale, for instance, um, the companies supply us with bin bags. Bin bags for a purpose to collect litter locally.
oh,
If you live in Glasgow, you'll know that there are some areas where definitely that is a very worthwhile cause, and other parts of the country as well, of course. And so they get together a team, and they all go out with their purple bags and pick up the litter
That's cool.
and
We
just
do
help
have
keep
a
the streets
program.
clean.
Well, we do have a program similar to that, but it's never on that grand scale over here. But along our highways, because we have
Oh,
massive
yeah,
highway structure.
great.
So there are certain organizations or school groups or um, um, altruistic groups that
Mm.
get together maybe once a month or once every 2 months, and they go out along the highway medians and they pick up trash and take care of that kind of stuff. Okay, Roderick, for anybody in the UK that is interested in learning more about how UW can help them save money, make money, and get some cash back money, how do they get a hold of you?
Easy. They can go on my LinkedIn page. That's very easy. I've also on that LinkedIn got a calendar link. So if they want to book an appointment, they can email me directly, which isn't here, but it's save, then N succeed. So SAVEN succeed, SUCCEED at UW, that's Uniform Whiskey Club, all one word, .net.
There you go.
Easy as that.
Easy as that. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Roderick, for your time and for agreeing to be here as my guest.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's lovely talking to you and talking, and yeah, and thank you for the opportunity to spread the word, should I say?
That's what the whole purpose, the whole intention behind Goosebump Moment Presents is all about, is showcasing businesses that may not, they may be, some people may be aware of, but they don't understand, or they don't, maybe they've never heard of them. So that's why I do this. This is all about the small business and small business owners. You got to stand out, get noticed, shine out. That's what we have to do. So thank you so much, Roderick. This is it for today. I have an interview coming up tomorrow. I think it's around 9:30 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken, with a lovely lady in the States. And then on Friday, I've got a couple more interviews coming up. So be sure that you check back into this page right here, and you can catch any live interview, and make sure you watch the post. So thank you, everybody. Oh, by the way, if you or your business are interested in sponsoring one of these live interviews, reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook under BJ Stevens or Goosebump Moments by BJ, or on LinkedIn as Lady Dynamicity. And send me a message. Let's have a chat. You, as a sponsor, you get branding, and there's a couple of other things as a sponsor that you will get for your sponsorship. So check it out, and I highly encourage you to do so. All right, Roderick, thank you. It's going on. Ted, it's going on 4 p.m. over there where you are. So
Yes, 10 minutes to.
yep. So have a good evening and enjoy your night. And everybody will see you on the next episode of Goosebump Moment Presents. Loves and hugs, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.